D-Man the Great here, and I am back today to talk about the confirmed main event of WrestleMania 7. Well, I guess technically it's not confirmed because if something was to happen to CM Punk or like an injury or such, knock on wood, if he was to somehow, but we're talking in absolutes here. Roman Reigns, CM Punk is the biggest match at WrestleMania this year. And the thing that I really wanted to discuss here is that by every metric, this is one of the worst mistakes that could be made, but it's not a mistake, but it is a mistake. So, and when I say that, it's because Roman Reigns is the right guy to put in the position that he is in. He is the right guy, and as a matter of fact, that could beat CM Punk and then walk off with the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42. But the thing about it is Roman Reigns, if he's going to be the World Heavyweight Champion, he can't be part-time while doing it. Because if he's part-time, that means that Netflix won't have a world champion for most of the year. Because the thing is like, it doesn't, like, because it matters. Everything matters in this case, right? Because there's going to be people complaining all year about, oh, Roman, the World Heavyweight Champion, isn't around. And then he's only back for, like, a Saudi show and SummerSlam and maybe Survivor Series, War Games, and all of that stuff. And it's like, and then the thing is, if the World Heavyweight Champion only shows up on pay-per-view, you have a bunch of guys having to build the WrestleMania match. Like John Cena had to build the Undertaker match for WrestleMania 34. I'm building the WrestleMania match solo. And it's hard to establish heat, hard to get fans excited about these matches, about these pay-per-views, about these live events when the world champion ain't around, because it's like, oh, shoot, LA Knight's on Monday, Logan Paul is on Monday. I'm sorry for mentioning Logan Paul a second there. He's just who came to mind. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed. And then I think, wouldn't Bronson Reed have to get a world title match since he was the last man to beat Roman Reigns? I don't know. But then you got Brian Breaker in the cut. Whenever he comes back from his injury, because he might be gone for God knows how long. And the thing is, I've been gone for so long from here because I've been sort of jumping around trying to find what video, what product am I satisfied with to bring back to my YouTube. And this was a topic that has been on my mind for 2 weeks now. And it's really hard to really put into words. Because the thing is, CM Punk right now is having the best World Heavyweight Championship reign. And he might have the second or third best, depending on how you see Damian Priest and Seth Rollins' first run with the World Heavyweight Championship. Because every other reign has either been a bore, like Gunther's. Both of Gunther's runs were bores. Didn't end well for the first one. Then you have the second one, which was like a couple months that he lost to CM Punk. Then we have the Seth Rollins injury one. Then the Jey Uso run wasn't very well received. And, I mean, Jey had, 2 months with the title? So, from there, it's a situation of what are we really doing here? Because that's the thing about it, is CM Punk in his World Heavyweight Championship reign, he didn't really get to do too much for his first couple months because he was dealing with the Vision and all of that stuff. Then they got the big blow off with Braun Breaker, and he's like, oh, I'm done with the Vision. And then he's had a banger with AJ Styles, a banger with Finn Balor. And then the Finn Balor story is pretty good right now. It has a lot of heat to it. And it's like, okay, so we're this good with this guy. And then the Roman Reigns stuff so far has been pretty good, but the thing is, Roman Reigns ain't gonna be back till March. So if Roman Reigns ain't back till March, if Roman Reigns ain't back till March, what are we doing? So it's like, and then the thing is added to it is like if he's gonna be there for March, and then for the last, there's 2 weeks in the middle of the build that Roman Reigns won't be around for. And it's like, so, and that's the thing too. If he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, outside of name value, to say Roman Reigns held the World Heavyweight Championship, what does that do for anyone? And it's like, if you're not on TV every week, we don't get the big dog, or I shouldn't say the big dog, the tribal chief rub, as he would call it probably. We don't get that. We don't get the positives that we get from having the tribal chief around. And then who is going to be the guy to take it off of him? Are we really going to have a year with barely having a world champion for Monday Night Raw? And then why does Triple H like to do this type of thing? Because me personally, I don't fuck with the part-time world champion stuff at all. It don't make much sense. It doesn't make any sense, really. Because it's like the world champion. Now, and the thing is, they don't gotta fight every week. They don't have to defend the championship every week. But it's like the presence of is when you're the world champion, you're the one being hunted on the roster. And it's like, shit, Roman Reigns, I don't know when Roman Reigns is going to call it quits, but Roman Reigns has been the top star in WWE since 2015. He's been the push. That's why they pushed back so hard against him when he was coming up. Is they seen, oh, they're about to Cena this guy. They're going to, because that's why they rebelled against John Cena. They seen, hey, Vince is going to make this guy the guy, and we don't think he's to par or that level yet. Because Vince didn't John Cena did get over before, but then his Superman booking pissed a lot of people off. Whereas Roman Reigns, he was over with the Shield, but he wasn't over when he was trying to chase the world title. We already knew that they were going to make him the guy. We already knew he was going to be the next Hogan, the next Rock, the next Austin, the next Cena, the next Brett, the next Shawn Michaels, the next Triple H. And then when Roman started doing shit his way, shit started to work. But if you know, and then anybody with a fucking brain knows, when Roman decided to go. When Roman, and then I'm not saying there's anything that Roman did wrong, because he didn't do anything wrong. Because negotiating the best deal, how he talked about Seth Rollins a couple years ago, is you talking about me not being here every week, motherfucker. I make 10 times more money than you, and I get the marquee spot. That's the type of shit you're supposed to be on. So it ain't nothing wrong with what he doing. And hell, it ain't nothing wrong with him advocating for a top spot. But the thing is, we know the wrestling fans. They're going to cry and they're going to complain. Breaking news, I just seen that Ronda Rousey's about to fight Gina Carano, which is the craziest, weirdest shit I've ever heard in my life. But that's a story for another day that I'm not going to probably talk about in here because I'm not a UFC guy. Don't like the UFC. But you know what? That shit might get me to watch the UFC for the one time. But with this being said, Roman Reigns is the guy. And it's a damn shame because he should be the guy. It should be a home run to give him the World Heavyweight Championship. But the thing is, he's not going to be on TV more than CM Punk in particular. And CM Punk's having the second or third best run ever with the World Heavyweight Championship. Perhaps even the first. And then the thing is, we don't know how good it can be because it might get put down by Roman. And then Punk himself has been saying that this might be the very last run with the belt he gets, which is true because it's like, shit, he's 47, 48 years old. He's seeing all his contemporaries retire. The story that they were talking about, what they were talking about on WWE, what they've been talking about is the truth. And then I gotta hurry up and cut this thing off because but what they do is fucked up. I tried to get back in the ring, they wouldn't let me get back in. I had to redo the match. But with everything the way it is, with everything the way it is, we don't really have an out for this now. Because it's like, by every metric, Roman Reigns should be the guy, should be the right guy. But he is the worst decision you could possibly make. And it's a damn shame because it's like, if I have to be part-time and only show up every once in a blue moon to be the top guy and get the ratings boost and all of this shit, that's dog shit. But yeah, I had to put some outtakes over this thing so I could talk a bit longer here. So it's not optimal whatsoever in this case because we're losing so much by making the right decision. And a lot of people give Triple H shit for being a questionable booker or a boring or safe booker. But the thing is, in this case, the right decision is to make the safe decision. And Roman Reigns losing would be the best and safest decision here for everything around. But the story and everything. And then if you look at what happened to Seth Rollins and you look at what happened to Jon Moxley in AEW, if you take the all-encompassing story, now Jon Moxley did beat CM Punk. The only one that can't beat CM Punk is Seth Rollins by story right now. Now, they might have a pinfall victory over CM Punk because of Money in the Bank, but Seth Rollins, his story is, I can't beat CM Punk. I hate CM Punk. I hate him more than anything in the world. Right? Where Roman Reigns just on a base level hates CM Punk. Because Roman Reigns hates Cody Rhodes in story. He hates Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre and him want to kill each other whenever they get the opportunity. And you've seen how he tried to bury him at every opportunity he could when they were. Same with CM Punk. In story, they bloody hate each other. So, in this case, it's a baseline hatred. Just how John Moxley, the character, if you look at the story that him and CM Punk had in AEW, where John Moxley smoked him when they had the interim AEW World Championship match, and then Punk won the belt back. Now, the rest of the story kind of got ruined due to Brawl Out and all that other stuff, and it kind of got lost in the shuffle. Not really important, not really matters in that case. But that's because of personal issues with different people behind the scenes. But if you go story by story, the CM Punk and the Shield rivalry is, he brought the Shield in to protect the WWE Championship when he was in his big run as WWE Champion. Then when Punk got turned on by Paul Heyman, he turned babyface. After the Shield kind of left him to the wayside, they were beating up on The Rock and all of them. They kind of split off from Punk. But then the next year, in CM Punk's last match before the Royal Rumble 2014, his last pay-per-view match, CM Punk had won, or CM Punk had lost. Well, he won a 3-on-1 handicap match, right? And that was the last match he had against the Shield. And then they had the weird rivalry with the Authority that sort of got brushed under because of the Royal Rumble 2014 situation. So, this is sort of the culmination of everything for the Shield and CM Punk story. And then all the other stuff was sort of side quests and different things. And then CM Punk is his being such an old school wrestler, him He's had the best rivalries pretty much every single year that he's been back in WWE. If you look at 24, you have him and Drew. 25, him and Seth was pretty much the only really good feud of the year. And then Roman Reigns was involved with the WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 41. And then going into it, then we have the Ruse of the Century in the 2025. And then so far, him and Finn Balor and then him and Roman Reigns has potential to be a great feud. But the thing is, I don't know if you want this feud to be, oh, this is all year, everything we do this year. But just off of that alone, I'm going to get back to the main point. Roman Reigns, he's the right choice to beat CM Punk. But he is in the worst creative position to do that. Because him doing that only ruins Monday Night Raw. Because the champion won't be there. And with that being said, I bid you guys adieu. And I want to say, happy if you're here. Happy if you, well, I shouldn't say happy if you're not. I wish more of you was here. But I appreciate everybody that's watching this video. I thank you for all the viewership, all the love that I receive. And I'll catch you guys later.